So I'm giving the demo for our solution, which is Argus, and autonomous third-party risk management solution. So coming towards, so every company right now runs on a dozen of SaaS or AI vendors, and someone has to vet each and everyone's securities before basically you can use it. And this mid-market and AI first companies, there is no security analyst to do that, so it lands on an engineer in a spreadsheet or for works and for the compliance people to do those things. So we are creating an autonomous TPRM agent here. So let's go with the demo account here first. So if you can see in this demo account, I have a portfolio of vendor risk right now, and here is the vendor tracking numbers, criticality and everything. So coming towards, like, right now these three vendors are already added. I'll show you in detail of the vendor adding. So first, how to add a vendor. So every vendor has a trust center URL, for example, Cursor has this contain a lot of audit reports and other resources which are need to be requested first. If not requested, it won't allow for a certain person. And there are certain information which are already there, like sub processes and all, which are public to the domain. Now coming towards, so we can put, for example, Cursor, whereas for example we are putting Cursor 3 for this, and cursor.com is our website for Cursor, and trust center URL is trust.cursor.com. Now adding that asset, now you can see there is a parallel behind orchestration layer, intake, discovery, compliance, questionnaire. These parallel agents are basically doing the job here. And once completed, you can see here Cursor 3, which is at approve with condition stage. Okay, so this was actually Cursor 3, this one. Now there is one thing, in the evidence we can see just all the reports which are passed, but there are a lot of things which are not passed, which are we have to upload manually. So I have already ready Cursor resources, so these are fetched from the trust center. This can be automated further, and we have, for that we have integrated Bright in this. So I'll go through that later on. So for right now I'm basically adding these manually. Now it is doing a parsing stage, and then again it will do the compliance, and all the agents will work, and all the actions will happen. Now coming towards what it does. So uh, it will take a bit time, so this is already pre-approved, so I'll start on this. So you can see there are some certain compliance control mappings and evidence mappings. For example, SOC2 mapping is there, ISO 27001 mapping is there. Now you can check each and everything which is compliant towards the companies, and everything which has no evidence provided, so then you can ask for the third party. Now these are all the evidence which are used to build this compliance part. Coming towards questionnaire, there are a lot of questionnaires which are required for a company to be answered, and we will check those questionnaires also from the evidence. So these questionnaires with their citations will be added, so that user can check if they want to validate. Now coming towards risk, so it will analyze any risk provided, like there could be any upcoming risk or anything. Now there will be one thing which is called constant monitoring agent. So this constant monitoring agent, what it will do, it will constantly fetch the information from test center and documents from test center, and it will do weekly or monthly based on the vendor, and it will basically generate a upcoming trend and reports, and based on those reports it will alert you on the information on that the particular third party you are using is at a risk or anything. So this is a complete residual scores and everything. So right now you can see recommendation is approved but with conditions. What are the findings? So we can see that code and prompt sent to third party model provider. So this is a high risk for certain companies, like I have provided in a demo account. So no ISO 27001 certification properly there, so it's medium. So now these kind of detailed reports are generated for Stripe also, for example, based on certain lightweight evidence we have created this compliance. Yeah. So now you can track all the vendors which have you can delete a certain vendor, you can basically add those vendors, and whenever there is an evidence expiry, you will be notified that this particular evidence is expired. Now agent activities you can monitor here. So every agent is basically doing orchestration, and there's certain layer of assignments and everything going on. So those agent activities can be detected from here. These are workspace audit trials. So this is just for the demo. Now this is trust passport network. So what exactly is this? So it's a shared public evidence metadata. Tenant upload reports, risk scores, stay private and all. So in so this contain all the SaaS they are using or agents they are using in their company, and you can add more and more. So this is our tool, and you can export these to CSV and everything. So these are you can filter on all these are there. Yeah. So internal architecture, if I'll show you, so how it is working. So this is our GitHub repository for Argus autonomous TPRM agent. So you can check the orchestration flow which is working right now, and this is how the backend is working and routing to the orchestration, and then agent crew will basically fetch details like bright data is used to discover and to basically scrap the trust centers and everything. Then we are using OpenAI GPT 5.6 and Google Gemini. It's a optional, user can choose anyone. And then you have a scoring and compliance, then PDF text evidence extractor, and we are using a SQL database right now to basically fetch the details. Yeah. So other things are so these are certain diagrams. So this is explainable scoring model. So how we are scoring the residual risk and everything. So these can be configured based on company's perspective. So this is how vendor lens, AI vendor lens works, and evidence across. So this is basically evidence access state lifecycle, how the lifecycle works. NDA approving, once NDA is approved from the third party, then granted, and we can download and parse automatically these details and everything. Now this is trust passport network effect, which we said, like there are organization A, B and C all have trust passport. Now we have rich evidence, and we can basically have the complete detail of the organization's uh, risk network passport. So how it works is basically, for example, there are in future we can add a lot of new features, like there could be a graph of vendor risk, where for example a third party is affected by their third party. So you won't be noticing that, but our graph will easily detect that cursor has been impacted by us AWS our downtime, and because of that you will also face a downtime. So these kind of mitigation of risk using graphs and all will be adding in the future. So this is our whole project, and this is our API backend APIs which are created in Fast, and we have used LangGraph for this whole infrastructure. And this is the problem statement we choose this one is because this is a very good real world use case where the ticketing price and everything is very high, and we want to build around this in further future.